When I was purchasing my new home, getting a survey was really important to me. It was a significant expense, it was a larger property, and I wanted to reassure myself that there was nothing sinister lurking in the property, no unexpected expenses that I might incur after I'd moved in. So I think finding a surveying company was completely overwhelming. There's hundreds of companies out there, everyone from multinationals to smaller local providers. So actually, during my research, I started online and eServe came up, had fantastic reviews, was a highly rated company, and actually the process from start to finish has been incredibly positive and incredibly smooth. From making the initial inquiry, I got a call back really quickly and got the survey booked in. I was expecting it to be weeks and weeks and weeks, and actually it happened within a few days. And then from the survey happening to actually getting the results was really quick as well. And I've done this in the past with local survey providers, and from memory it's taken weeks and weeks. But actually with eServe, the whole process from start to finish was extremely quick and extremely positive. One of the things I found particularly reassuring was the fact that the surveyor actually rang me prior to him conducting the inspection and actually asked me if there's any particular areas I wanted him to look into. And I was actually able to brief him on a couple of areas that I'd identified during my inspection of the property. And that gave me great reassurance that he was actually going to be examining the things that really mattered to me. When I've had surveys in the past, I've had a stack of paperwork which is 50 or 100 pages, and you end up reading about half of it and getting very confused. With eServe, it was much clearer and really quite different. You actually get an online portal that you can go through. Any kind of issues of concern are presented with a traffic light system, red, amber or green, highlighting how much of concern they are. There's photos, there's a ton of detail, and the key facts are presented to you in a really easy to digest format. So when I initially looked around the property with a view to buy it, I had a rough idea of what might be wrong with the property. However, the surveyor actually flagged a number of issues that I hadn't identified. So for example, windows needed repainting, there was some issues with overhanging trees. And I actually found that process and that insight really helpful. One of the things I particularly liked about the whole process was getting a follow-up call from the surveyor several days after receiving the results. And I was actually given the opportunity to talk through some of the findings and actually understand how serious or not an issue they were. The survey was one of the quickest elements in the whole house buying process and didn't actually slow anything down at all. For anyone wanting a really efficient, really clearly presented survey, I would absolutely recommend eServe. And in fact, I've recommended them to several other people going through the house buying process at the moment.